All right, thanks, guys. We're coming off another outstanding day on Patreon. We went 4-1 yesterday in our premium picks for Saturday. That's going to improve our record to 11-2 in our last 13 extra daily picks on that site. We're also 7-1 with a push in our last 9 board member package plays. Guys, we do daily premium sports picks on that site beginning at just $1.99 per month. We are red hot right now. Once again, coming off a 4-1 day yesterday on that site. The day before, a perfect 4-0. Guys, link for that site is in the description section below. Once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, we got ourselves an early modified slate of NBA action here today, obviously, because of the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our first game is the Nuggets taking on the Pistons, 12:30 Eastern tip-off in Detroit. Denver's minus 2.5 total at 212. We did see a half a point move toward Denver in the early wagering. They open as the 2-point favorite up to minus 2.5. Totals 212 in this matchup here. Now Detroit not getting the job done at home this year. Just 9-17 straight up on their home court. They actually failed to cover the point spread in 17 out of those 26 home games as well. They're currently on a 5-game losing streak, and they rank dead last in the association in offensive rebounding. Now, the Pistons are 80% to the over in their last 10. They're also 18-8 to the over on their home court. I'm going to lean Nuggets minus 2.5 and the over 212 in that game. Next matchup, Pelicans taking on the Rockets, 2 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Houston. The Rockets are the 5-point favorite, total at 246. We saw a 1-point fade of Houston and movement upward on the total. The Rockets open as the 6-point favorite, down to minus 5. Total open 245 up to 246. 58% are leaning Pelicans, 52% shaded toward the over. And right now, New Orleans is plus $1.80 on the money line. Now, if you like the Pelicans in this matchup here, they have been covering machines as of late. 7-2 against the spread in their last 9. They rank in the top 10 in road scoring. Meanwhile, Houston on the other side, completely different story. These guys are ice cold against the number. They cover just 30% of their games in their last 10 themselves. They also rank in the bottom 10 in points allowed. We all know Houston doesn't play defense. They also rank in the bottom 3 in home defensive rebounding. Clint Capella, he's been ruled out for tonight's matchup. And when it comes to the total, the Rockets are 4-1 to the over in their last 5. Pelicans 15-9 to the over when traveling. I'm going to lean Pelicans plus 5 and the over 246 in that game. All right, next matchup. It is going to be Suns taking on the Bucks, 2 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Milwaukee. The Bucks are minus 11.5, total at 230. Now, we saw a 1-point fade of Milwaukee with regard to the spread. We also saw movement downward on the total as well. The Bucks open 12.5 down to 11.5. Totals at 230. 65% are leaning Milwaukee, 67% shaded toward the over. And right now the Suns are plus 510 on the money line. Now the Suns are banged up. Baines, Saric, Johnson, they're all out for this afternoon's matinee. Ricky Rubio, he is listed as questionable for this afternoon's matchup as well. The Suns rank in the bottom 10 in shooting the 3-ball, bottom 10 in defensive field goal percentage. Now, Milwaukee on the other side, first in scoring, first in offensive rebounding, first in defensive field goal percentage. This Bucks team is 2-0 to the over in their last couple of games, 14-11 to the over on their home court. I'm going to lean Bucks minus 11.5 and the over 230 in that game. And before we go ahead and handicap this next and final matchup for the show, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines of personal leans out for Sunday's NBA action. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. Let's go ahead and get these games done with so we can focus on the Super Bowl. But anyway, before we go ahead and dive into our last game, I got to quickly remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, guys, we went 4-1 in our 5 premium picks on that site yesterday. That's going to put us at 11-2 in our last 13 extra daily picks on that site. The extra daily pick is a package that I offer, and it's just $2.99 through the end of the month. We're also 7-1 with a push in our last 9 board member package plays on that side as well. And I have a monster board member package play going off today. Now, you may be wondering, guys, why would I buy a package from Brock when he gives me all the picks for free here on YouTube? And that's a great thought. That's a great consideration, and you're exactly right. I handicap every single game on the board here, side and total on YouTube, for free. The problem with that is if you were going to bet your hard-earned money on every single game side and total, you are most certainly guaranteed to lose your money in the long run. And as a matter of fact, you're probably going to end up losing your money in the short run as well. It's certainly no way to bet. It's way too many games. The books are way too smart. And the math becomes aggressively against you the more games you play. If you play the entire board, you're going to be in rough shape. So what I do on Patreon, I really break it down, make life easy for you, and focus in on 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game on the board, side and total. Now, if you want to check out my current record, you can do that for free right now. It's right on the homepage, patreon.com/Brock page. Link for that site is in the description section below. All right, let's go ahead and get into this next and final matchup of the show. It is going to be the Chicago Bulls taking on the Raptors, and that's going to be a 3 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Toronto. The Raptors are minus 10.5 total at 217. Now, did see a half a point move toward Toronto and movement upward on the total. The Raptors open as the 10-point favorite up to minus 10.5. Total open 216 up to 217 flat. 61% are leaning Raptors, 63% shaded toward the over. And right now, Chicago's plus 480 on the money line. Now, if you're liking Chicago in this matchup here, just keep in mind everybody's out today. Like everybody. They have, I think, about 10 guys on the injury report today. Meanwhile, Toronto red hot, winners of their last 10 straight. The Raptors are 70% to the over in their last 10 as well. I'm not going to really dive too much into this one. I like Toronto in this spot here. Give me the Raptors minus 10.5 and the over 217 in that game. All right, guys, hey, let's go ahead and slide into our quick pick recap. I'm not promising that it's back for good, but hey, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Let's do a quick pick recap. All right. So you can skip over the entire show and not actually absorb and listen to what I have to say. There you go. Quick pick recap brought to you by patreon.com/Brock page, where once again we went 4-1 yesterday in our premium picks. I like Toronto minus 10.5 over 217. Milwaukee minus 11.5 over 230. Pelicans plus 5 over 246. And last but certainly not least, I like Denver minus 2.5 and the over 212 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/Brock page, where we are currently 11-2 in our last 13 extra daily picks on that site. Shout out to Vernon Milliard, Wildman Samurai, M&P Shield, Mr. Incredibo, Alex B. Van, Michael Johnson, Joe Delator, Real Hicks for Love, Guardian Angel, Kevin Conliff, Lionel Kicks, Brennan Bell, Bertrand Tech Montreal, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to Rashad Campbell. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Guys, I'll say it one more time. We do daily premium picks on that site, beginning at just $1.99 per month. We had 5 premium plays going off yesterday on that site. We won 4 of them. 4-1 yesterday on that site. It improved our record to 11-2 in our last 13 daily extra picks. We also went 7-1 with a push in our last 9 board member package plays on that site. And like I said earlier, you might be wondering, why would I buy a package from Brock when he gave me all the picks for free here today? And it's certainly a great thought, but the problem is if you were going to bet your hard-earned money on every single game on the board, guys, the math becomes egregiously against you. The books are way too smart. They're way too, sharp, and you just can't bet every game. So I make life easier for you on Patreon. I break it down, focusing on 3 to 4 premium selections per day, high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. You got to check out my current record right now. We are red hot across the board in many, many different packages. Once again, link for that site is in the description section below. Hey guys, let me know what you're doing for the Super Bowl today. Drop me a line in the comments section below. Certainly going to be a fun day. I got some plans here today, so I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, let me know what you're doing for the Super Bowl in the comments section below, and I'll give you a shout out tomorrow. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.